I started playing softball when I was 3 years old, starting with t-ball and working myself up to softball with an 11-inch ball and then with a 12-inch. However, I did not start pitching until I was 7 years old in second grade. It was both mine and my parents' idea to participate in softball. I had always enjoyed watching the Yankees play and always told my parents how I wanted to be like Derek Jeter. My mom and grandma both pitched and my mom played in college. I've had a personal pitching coach since I was about 7 years old, and I attended 2 times a week for an hour each time when I first started pitching. After freshman year, we lowered it once a week for a half an hour. At the age of 8, I had a personal hitting coach for about 2 years. At the beginning of 8th grade, I got my personal trainer to work on strength and speed, and I still go to her today. I would participate in as many summer and winter softball camps as possible until I began the recruiting process freshman year, when I began to spend that time in recruiting camps. The goal of pitching is to throw a pitch, either a strike or a movement pitch, that the opponent up to bat against you can't hit very well. That may mean that they make no contact at all, or they make contact where your fielders can get the out. Pitching is evaluated quantitatively by the ball and strike system, as well as how many earned runs the team scores against you. There are several sequences of movements to perform pitching. You begin with your right foot on the front of the mound and your left foot at the back of the mound. The feet should be slightly staggered. The ball should be held on the C of the ball, which makes the seams look like a C. The first step is to put the ball into the glove and receive the sign for what pitch to throw and then the location of the pitch. Then the right hand should swing back next to the right leg to generate momentum. Then the arm begins to go forward, and when it is parallel to the chest, the left leg should go step forward. The glove hand should also be extended towards the target at this point. Then the right arm finishes the circle, making sure to release at the hip and follow through at the end of the pitch at the shoulder. When the arm is going into the release point, the right leg should drag up to the left leg. It's important to point the glove at the target and have all the body parts in sync in order to throw an accurate pitch and not injure yourself. There are a few tips to perform the movement of pitching that will improve the overall pitch. When the arm is in the circle, it has to be as long as possible, as if you are trying to reach as far in front of you, then above, then behind, then below, and ending in a bent arm trying to touch the shoulder. When taking the step, try to push off the mound as much as possible to cover as much ground and get as close to the plate as possible. In addition, step in a straight line to the plate to make the ball go directly over the plate. If you are trying to throw an inside pitch, slip slightly to the right side of the plate and vice versa for the outside pitch. Keep the glove hand in sync with the throwing hand in order to promote accuracy. Confidence, height, and arm strength are all individual factors that may influence the skill. If your arm is very strong, you may be able to throw the ball harder. If you are tall, you'll be able to cover more distance from the mound to the plate, also increasing the velocity of the ball. Finally, pitching is an extremely individual and important part in the game of baseball and softball. If someone has high anxiety or low confidence levels, then they may struggle with pitching because they are involved in every single play of the game and all eyes are always on them. An environmental factor that can influence the skill is whether it is played on dirt or turf. If you play on turf, then the ball may bounce higher and faster on the ground rather than if you were playing on dirt. On dirt, however, there may be a rock that could alter the path of the ball when fielding. During pitching specifically, turf is more slippery, and dirt may cause you to lose control of your legs while pitching. The ball size is a task factor that influences pitching. Before 14U League, you are required to play with an 11-inch ball. However, when you play in 14U, the ball changes to 12 inches and you can't play with the smaller ball. This ball is heavier and is much harder to hold if hands are small. When throwing a movement pitch, the larger ball also spins faster than the smaller ball.